everyone, welcome to part 2 of the shoemaking process. My name is Jennifer Allison and I'm the founder of the Art and Soul Academy. Now yesterday, we came up with a design that was inspired by 18th century footwear, and today we're going to continue with the pattern making process. As the famous saying goes, the last comes first. The last is your building block. It is the form that will determine the size, silhouette, toe shape, and heel height of your shoe. So to begin, we will start by taping up the last. Our goal is to cover the last entirely with masking tape to create a nice blank canvas to draw on top of. There are several ways you can tape up your last, but the main thing you want to make sure of is that you are overlapping each strip so that later your pattern will roll off all in one piece. Once you are all taped up, there are a few guidelines that are important to get in place prior to designing your style lines. These guidelines make sure you are staying clear of any pressure points that could possibly cause fit issues. Your guidelines are essentially the skeleton of your shoe, and once they are in place, you can start having fun with your design. I was really pleased with how well my initial sketch translated into 3D. The lines are fairly simple, but I think they will be quite flattering on the foot. So once you are happy with your style lines, the next step is to carefully cut down the center back and center front, and then peel your pattern off the last. And this is why I mentioned earlier that it was so important to overlap your strips of tape. You want to make sure your pattern stays intact so you can then carefully place it down on your pattern paper. Once your pattern has been placed down on paper, we need to create what are called windows. The windows are small cutouts along your style lines that will help you transfer each pattern piece separately onto another sheet of paper. Once each piece has been traced, we then have to add the seam allowance and lasting allowance required for assembly and sewing. During this step, it is important to use your ruler and French curve to make sure your lines are straight and your curves are smooth. Once you have added your seam allowance to each piece, you will then use your X-Acto and ruler to cut each one out. And there you have it. We now have a master pattern. We can now begin tracing and cutting out our materials. At this stage, it is important to remember that you have 2 feet, so you're required to trace each pattern piece twice. You will need to remember to trace one up, one down, so you end up with a right and a left foot. Now I'm obviously using the fabric for my upper, so when I am tracing and cutting, I am using chalk and scissors. But I will be using leather for my liner, and for this I am tracing with a gel pen and cutting with an X-Acto knife. I always prefer to get all the cutting done in one shot, so once I completed my upper and lining, I moved on to cutting out my internal stiffeners and midsole. These components will be cut out of vegetable tan leather, rather than the plastic normally found in mass production. And that is the beauty about making your own shoes. You can make sure that there is just as much quality on the inside as the out. So now that our pattern is complete and we have all our materials cut out, I would like to invite you back tomorrow for the assembly and sewing process.